question. Why did you decide to start up like a coffee shop?
Actually, Dana and Liz, my wife Liz, and Dana, our friend, both thought that we needed a place to serve food and everything, which allowed for both of them to have something else to do.
Okay.
But Dana needed to be able to get out of the house too. So.
Okay. Yeah, everything in this weather, everybody needs to get out. Now, okay, so this place is on Route 22 in New Jersey, but it's kind of like, forgive the expression, kind of like middle of nowhere where you know. So why did you choose like a location like this versus somewhere else?
I like the building. I like the way that it was, and then I have room to expand. I need to be able to expand. I don't know how big the market will get or anything, and we really enjoy it. We needed space to be able to do the card shop for the kids, and keep them where they can be.
I used to play Magic the Gathering.
Hey, it's a great game.
It's the best. It's still the best one.
But we needed a place that was big enough that the kids could have a space, and we'd be able to have a space for the adults. And it just worked here. The lady who owns the building is super nice. She just made us an offer we couldn't refuse. We had the opportunity to go into the mall, and we chose here instead.
Okay, well I'll be honest with you. I walked over here from Easton in this weather, and honestly, this like I spend all my time in the city, and this is just a really cool place. I mean, the countryside's beautiful. It's a really cool place like to stop by here and just get away from everything.
Absolutely, and the Christmas tree farm behind us is beautiful.
Yeah, I saw that on the way over. I was like, and I actually heard about that place. I'm like, so this is where it is.
I try and tell people, if you've gone to the Christmas tree farm, you've gone too far. But it's absolutely beautiful to look outside. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like during the summer.
I'm actually thinking more on the Christmas season.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. And the snow.
So now, how hard was it to actually start up like your business, and especially like in this economy and in the market where it's like the corporate world is struggling harder and harder to keep its hold, and there's more and more small business and indies. How hard was it to actually? And this is kind of like a long advice for other people too.
It's extremely hard to start your own business, especially being a small business. But what you have to do is hope that you have a core set of people around you. You need people who, no matter what, will volunteer to help you, know that you don't have the money to pay anybody, but is willing to come in.
Yep, I got a couple of those.
And they've got to be able to stick with you. I mean, it's snowing outside. People are coming in. We've been snowed in to try and get the build-ins done. It's just been really difficult, but my first advice is don't take out loans. Don't take off more than you can chew. Start off small. You got to start off small and then work your way up from there. If in 3 months you've outgrown where you are, you look at the person that you're renting from and go, you got something bigger? Because they want to keep your money. So they're going to move you to the next biggest place. Keep faith, but really and truly try not to, if you don't have the cash for it, don't spend it. Because and that's what we do. We save. We wait and we save. We wait and we save.
Now, what about the hardest challenge? And I'm a self-published author. I know a lot of my art's everything. The hardest challenge in today's world, the marketing end of it and the promoting end of it, where you still have to use, especially for a physical business like this, you still have to use the flyers and everything else, but with the social media, and just to get the word out in today's like social media world. At least to a lot of people, that's the hardest challenge.
It's insane. This is the hardest thing. I tell people all the time, you can sell on eBay all day long because eBay's doing all the marketing for you. Yep. Everybody knows what eBay is. Everybody knows what Google is.
For authors and artists, Amazon.
That's right. So how do you get 1% of the marketplace in the area that you were in? Well, you start off trying to put it in the newspaper and see if there's something in the newspaper for you.
Oops.
And then...
Sorry.
That's okay. But first you hit the newspapers, and you try and get everybody in the newspapers doing whatever they can to show that you're here. And you start seeing that that's really not doing anything, because most newspapers just kind of throw you in there somewhere. Mary Pierce, I gotta say, if you don't know Mary's wonderful. She's a real good friend of mine, and she said, look, this is what you gotta do, and I did it. We've only been in business, this is our first day with the cafe, we've only had the market for a month. So I think that we're doing really good as far as getting people in here. Now, I have an established auction, people know me from somewhere else, and it's trying to keep clientele coming in and stuff like that. It's just hard The auction's the easiest part because I can. There's sites online that people look for.
Yeah.
But there are sites online that people look for the auction. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
know that if you go to that site where the auction is, that's where people are going to look for you. Everything else, pain. I mean, I'm on Facebook. I'm building websites. I'm constantly trying to.
Twitter,
Oh gosh, everything. And I mean, I don't think that I'm not an articulate person because I am. I can talk all day long. But it's just trying to say whatever it is that I'm trying to say that gets somebody else involved or even engaged.
It's getting extremely and uniquely creative at times.
It is. Thankfully, I have Mary. Mary goes, no, you want to say it like this? And I go, okay. So that works for me.
Final question. Advice to other business owners, etc. Any advice to them? Or people that want to start up a business now?
If you're ready to start a business, be ready to work more than you've ever worked in your entire life. I've never worked so hard. I'm constantly at work. Even when I'm at home, I'm always at work. So you have to be able to make yourself get up out of the bed in the morning, and you have to be able to tell your friends and family no. And if you can't do those things, you don't need to open a business. Because people are going to come in and go, oh, you're my brother, you're going to let me have this, right? You're going to give me this for free. You're going to give me this, right? And it's really hard. They forget that you've got to pay your bills, and they'll go to Walmart and spend $30 for it. Why can't they spend $20 with you?
Yep.
So it's just trying to stand your ground without hurting other people's feelings, and just don't take out. The hardest thing is not to take a loan. I tell people that's the first thing that's going to get you into all kinds of trouble is taking out a loan on something. Just save the money up and do it a little at a time.
Okay, well thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it, and I did keep my word. You asked not to be in the video, but I still wanted to do the audio because it captures more to me, than trying to retype it. So everybody got a chance to see the beautiful snowfall again.